We started the show with Luffy in a barrel. He pops out of the barrel and a punch fight later, he and short pink-haired boy are on their way to Shell Island. At Shell Island, they meet Roronoa Zoro, the feared pirate hunter. Turns out he's just a wholesome being. After beating up a man for a butt for a chin and his dad, we continue on while leaving short pink Kobe behind. And then we're lost at sea because both Zoro and Luffy are dumbasses. But then they're saved! By a bird. Now that I think about it, without this bird, One Piece would have ended. The bird ends up dragging Luffy to Orange Town, a city terrorized by the fearsome pirate clown pirate, whatever, commutative property. Here, Luffy meets the cunning pirate thief, like a person who steals from pirates, not a pirate who steals. Nami Belmare. She ends up betraying him, though, until, cue the fanfare, Roronoa Zoro arrives. And then he gets his ass kicked by Buggy the Clown. Turns out Buggy ate a devil fruit, and thus can't be cut. No problem, though, because he's an idiot. The three end up escaping from Buggy, where they meet the best doggo in all of One Piece, Chow Chow. Chow Chow, best boy in One Piece, for real. Anyways, after a bit of punch fighting and acrobatics, the three end up heading out together towards a small island named Syrup Village. At Syrup Village, they meet Usopp. After 10 episodes of absolute mid and one heartbreaking scene, the crew head out with their new ship they got from Pinocchio's father-in-law. They're going Mary, the 5th member of the crew. Yeah, this arc was so bad I didn't even want it to take up time in the video. Moving on, the crew heads up to the Baratier, where they meet everyone's favorite weird cook, Sister Uncle. Oh yeah, and some dude named Sanji's there too. Anyways, in true Luffy fashion, Luffy breaks shit. While he's working to pay off his debt and Sanji's simping, we get 2 starving pirates who show up. After Sanji feeds them, they come back to destroy the restaurant. Amidst the fighting, some random dude on a lifesaver shows up. He starts slashing shit up, and then he and Zoro get into one of the most epic fight sequences in the entire show, and oh, never mind. Zoro just gets shit on. But yo, inspirational moments. Am I right? Following one of the most epic promises in all of anime, we move on to Arlong Park, where Nami dipped to after taking all of the crew's money. Once we're there, we get some of the greatest moments of all of anime, as the crew work hard to defeat Arlong and save Nami, as their childhood traumas are revealed. Also, I made a video about this arc about Nami's story, so maybe. Following this, we head to Logtown, where we get exactly 3 cool moments. Luffy's similarity to Roger, Dragon showing up for the first time, and Zoro testing his sword out. And the old guy at the bar meeting 2 pirate kings in his lifetime. In case you can't tell, I failed math. Moving on then, we entered the Grand Line, the location for the rest of the story. Alabasta Saga, woo! We meet a massive whale, Zoro beats up 100 people, we can pick up 2 people who end up being assassins. Oh, wait, never mind. They're royalty. Wait, what? The crew goes on to Little Island next, where we see 2 Elbaf warriors, Groggy and Broggy. Here we see one of the most epic giant clashes in the series so far, and also the worst villain in the series so far. Except for Foxy. Fuck Foxy. Overall, pretty mid-arc, except Sanji tricking Crocodile and Zoro almost cutting his legs off. Except, Nami gets sick! While searching for a doctor, the crew stumble upon an island known as Drum Island, where they meet 3 people of importance. Furry-turning Doctor Dude, Immortal Old Queen Dude, and Chopper. However, Nami needs the doctor on top of the mountain, so what does Luffy do? Yes, he climbs, falling on the most iconic climbs to get Nami to safety. Luffy, Sanji, and Nami get treated by the Doctor Kureha, while all 3 of them barely cling on to life. During this, Warpole, aka Sir Eats-a-Lot, come back to Drum Island to terrorize the people. Whilst they fight, we find out that Chopper's tragic backstory and his appreciation of praise. I tried to not say praise king so hard. Moving on, we fight Warpole and recruit Chopper, yada yada. We go to Alabasta! Alabasta is one of the greatest arcs in One Piece. So naturally, I made it the shortest summary. Since this video has to be short, I will try the fastest summary possible. The crew reaches, we see Crocodile's double life, Luffy splits up and sees a drug dealer, we see an old man digging a hole, we meet Ace, we then go towards Crocodile, Luffy fights once, we lose, goes again, loses again, fights a 3rd time, wins. Oh yeah, and also someone named Miss All Sundays aboard the ship too. I don't know who that is. Must not be too important. Finishing the most epic saga in all of the first half of the Grand Line, we go to our next destination, the sky. Except the crew has to go through many other places. First we go to Mocktown, a town where Luffy and Zoro get mocked. Touche, Oda. We also meet some dude named Blackbeard, would be funny if he was important later on. Moving on, Luffy punches a dude. We learn about the liar Chestnut, who wasn't actually a liar, and turns out he was cool. 2 monkeys help us on the way up, and we're at Sky Island. Usopp goes for a swim session that turns into a skydiving session, and we meet Gandalf, who gives us a whistle and flies away on Twilight Sparkle's Dark Timeline version. We meet a few people, get hunted by the government, learn of a god, see people with hockey, get into fights with them, and... wait, what? Yeah, in Skypiea, we get to see hockey for the first time. Also, there's an entire political conflict rooted in racism and a dark history going on. That too. Anyways, we get one of the coolest fights with a lot of people getting their asses kicked and Luffy getting eaten. Oh yeah, there's also some god named Enel, who's genuinely one of the most terrifying and scary and powerful and... oh yeah. Luffy's made of rubber. Of course. Luffy fights a bell gets rung, and then we get to see a silhouette through the sky. Okay, post-Skypiea is where my favorite filler arc takes place, but unfortunately we only have to talk about canon shit, but please everyone watch G7. Alright, moving on towards our next arc. Welcome to the worst arc in all of One Piece. This was a shithole that lasted 19 more chapters than it should have. It was so bad that I still haven't finished it, skip way halfway through, and don't plan on going back. Ever. Alright, time to go on to things that matter, such as Water 7. Water 7 is where we get introduced to Frankie, a cyborg who will eventually join the crew. We go to get the Mary fixed, but it's broken for good. Usopp and Luffy fight, and then some dude named Sogeking gets introduced. Oh yeah, and also Miss All Sunday gets kidnapped and... Wait, she's still here? Now onto my personal favorite arc, Enies Lobby. Here we see Robin, who's kidnapped by CP9, find her will to live. Oh yeah, by the way, I made a video on this arc as well. You know, if you wanna, you could go watch that too. Alright, here are the important things about this arc. Luffy introduces Gear 2 and 3. CP9 is pretty cool. We learn about O'Hara and the Ancient Kingdom. We get a badass group shot. We find out the mermaids are canon. And... oh yeah, the Sunny also dies. Post Enies Lobby, we see Garp be introduced, the Yonko system is introduced, the Thousand Sunnies introduced, and Frankie joins the crew. Why was Post Enies Lobby just the arc of introductions? Alright, now we're at Thriller Bark. Oh boy, where do we start with this one? Chapter 442 to be exact. Get it? Because where do we start? And Thriller Bark was genuinely a pretty mid-arc. It had some great moments, but it was all around not my favorite. We had Moria and his iconic laugh, and then Kuma with his Kuma-ness, but here are the greatest moments in Thriller Bark. Luffy pushes the zombie back to his grave, Zoro fought an iconic Wano samurai, we get introduced to Brook, the musician of the crew, and also, nothing happened. Alright, now on to the best pre-timeskip saga, the War Arc. We start out in Sabaody Archipelago, where we meet Ray Lee, the entire Worst Generation, Law and Kid included, and the Stoner Light Admiral. After a bit of fighting, the crew suffers a heartbreaking defeat from Kuma, and they are sent to different locations. From now on, we will follow Luffy. Luffy goes to Snake Island, where he meets Boa. She ends up simping for him. Luffy learns about Ace's impending execution, so he heads over to Impel Down to save him by sneaking in with Boa. At Impel Down, we meet an old-time favorite, Buggy. Oh yeah, and also we get to see Crocodile and Jinbei, and God, just listen to this.
久しぶりだな、麦わら.
Chills. Following an iconic prison break with the best two characters in the show, Mr. Two and Bankai-sama, who's an absolute icon. I love them so much. We see Luffy and Poison Man fighting. Luffy loses. Luffy then punches the shit out of Blackbeard. Blackbeard recruits Shiryu the Rain, and then we're out of there, heading towards Marineford. At the time of recording, everything about Marineford just got ruined to me because the One Piece is real. Well, just check Twitter. So here's everything you need to know about Marineford, summed up in literally 2 sentences. Ace dies, Garp punches a bird, Whitebeard dies, and Blackbeard steals his fruit. Cool.